Alright guys, welcome to Copa America. This is us getting into the first game of the day. I do want to give a small shout out and a nod though. Desdor is competing, and while we're not casting here in the first match of the day, he is streaming his first person point of view. I'm not sure if there's a delay or not, of course. It's his stream, his rules, but you guys can check him out over there if you're a big Desdor fan, if you want to see some Protoss action. For now though, I've been doing a lot of the talking, so Zombie Girl, why don't you start off these intros?
Okay. In the middle left is the red Protoss. It's a Zinho.
And his opponent in the lower right, a little more well known, but very Canadian. It is the light blue Zerg player, Hendralisk.
He's not just Canadian, he's very Canadian.
He is. He is so Canadian, it's ridiculous. He's actually more Canadian than me, and he's also more Asian than me. He's everything more than me. Better at StarCraft. I hate this guy. Oh, I hope he loses today. You riled me up. You riled me up.
I don't think you mean it though. I think you want him to win because he's Canadian.
I think I do want him to win, but it's not because he's Canadian, actually, because he's a really talented Zerg player and he deserves a chance to compete. A little bit of quote-unquote drama from last season, guys. Hendralisk did try and compete in Season 1, but they had filled up the 3 Canadian slots, so they told him he's going to have to sit tight till Season 2. So now, come Season 2, he's got his chance to fight, and we'll see if he can get into the qualifiers today. I think a lot of the things when we look at the brackets, guys, for these qualifying groups, they're to be expected. You kind of see the players, the big hitters, the big names, you know who's going to get through. And in Copa America, there are some discrepancies here. I'm not going to lie to you. He's coming up against a Diamond player in Zinho. Now, maybe this is just Diamond at the moment. He hasn't played a lot of games. Maybe he used to be Masters. I don't know. Didn't really look into him. But, yeah, this is, I don't know, probably not going to be the most difficult game of his life.
Yeah. I mean, there is always the chance that it's not a discount as well. It's a small one, but...
Well, I would love if you went and did something just so absurdly cocky, and it did cost him the game. Because those moments are hilarious.
Yes, they are. And they happen, too, is what's the worst and best thing, is that you think, you go through your opponent's history, and you confirm it's not just the season he was Diamond and Platinum before, and Gold before that. And then you play him, and you're like, oh, no, it's definitely not a Diamond player, because their first push didn't actually, win you the game.
Yeah, and because of that, we don't see Hendralisk doing anything quite so silly off of 2 bases. He's actually taking that third at a pretty relatively nice timing. They're actually, I joke around a lot about my own horrible Zerg play with the 2-base Swarmhouse all-ins I've been doing. You guys on ladder who have seen me, shoutouts. Good or bad, Hendralisk is actually the guy I kind of, I don't want to say I didn't learn that from, but like I admired so much that I was like, I gotta try that. So if he was going to do something silly and cheesy, I kind of assumed it would have been off 2 bases. But the fact that he takes his third does make me kind of think that mentality that you just described, where it's like, look, you want to make sure that your opponent isn't actually this low league play, that he's not just borrowing someone else's account to play, that he's not some secret GM that you've never heard of.
I was wondering, as I played my games today, I look at this map and I'm like, oh my god, where does the Zerg take a third? It rhymes. You would think, your general rule, if you first look at a map, you would think don't expand towards the Protoss. That's always like the old rule, along with base, Zerg has to be up a base, that type of old-fashioned stuff. But Hendralisk actually does expand towards his opponent, and I think it was a decisive decision. His overload had scouted that he wasn't in the, 1 o'clock position, and he took that third anyways.
The Zerg took a turd at the third, looking like a bird.
I suppose. Well, some Zergs.
Haven't you heard?
Like yeah. Keep going, Dr. Seuss.
Actually, that's pretty good. That would be like straight up a Dr. Seuss. I do not like my green eggs and ham. I will not eat them on some cream. Well, I was gonna follow it up, but then I started having lung problems. Yo, guys, I'm still sick. What's up? You sick of hearing this excuse yet? I'm not.
No, they're sick. No, you should have said you sick of hearing this excuse, because I am sick, that is.
Yo, you are quite the comedian.
Thank you. Finally, all my months of casting with you is rubbing off.
Well, I was gonna say, you've secretly been teaching comedy, not English. That's the case I'm believing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, actually, now this is kind of a big deal. Hendralisk getting his creep spread out like this is huge, because there's a huge Zella orbit coming his way.
Yeah, the biggest deal is that he hasn't scouted this. It's a 4-gate incoming, and he doesn't have any roaches, and in fact, he's still trolling. Oh, it's going to be bad. It's going to be actually really, really bad.
Yeah, this isn't a bad idea out of his opponent, though, truthfully. If you are coming up against some GM player like Hendralisk, you know, you're gonna go for the all-in. You're gonna try and make this work. I actually really like that time warp. It stops the retreat and stops the reinforcements. Hendralisk perhaps panicking just a little bit. He's got Lings on the way, but guys, there's no metabolic boost behind this. This is just 18 slow Lings that are soon to come out.
Yeah. This 4-gate, you know, we've seen 4-gates in the past. They usually come a little later. If you notice, Zinho actually cut workers to do this at a slightly earlier time. Even still, though, Hendralisk was going greedy. He did not get, you know, like a 6:37-minute Roach Warren. He just now throws it down.
I'm really glad you pointed it out because I didn't notice because we have to use this awful overlay, the UI that shows no information whatsoever.
He's only on a really one base worth of probes.
Yeah, you know, he put a spine card down behind the mineral line. I mean, this would have helped him get into the fight. There we go. Some Zerglings now coming forward. We got a force field slap down to that ramp, but that's a hell of a lot of Lings, Zombie Grub.
Yeah, I mean,
but
these
it's
Lings...
not enough. Oh, God.
Yeah, these Lings, I don't even think they took that many Zealots. They got him down to low health, but none of them really dying. He's still able to retain all of these queens, though, which is really nice. You notice that he's still building queens because, you know, they're also effective, but they're also not taking up larva, which he's sorely in need of.
That standard mass queen strat. Seems like a joke,
but it's
but
actually very good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, actually, it's fantastic for the scenario because exactly as you point out, he can't put these back to inject. He's been using energy for transfuses, getting those creep tumors out. His larva count's hurting through this. Now, okay, he lost the base, but he's still got 50 drones to work with. I mean, quite frankly, as long as he can hold his natural, push this back, I think he'll be in an okay spot. He can even afford to pull drones into this, as weird as that is to consider.
Yeah, he is at 50 drones, so this, I don't know if he's actually able to hold it, though. Zinho, not really, he's not, his warpins are slow. Again, he's not on the biggest economy ever, and he has started to probe a little bit as well. But all it takes is 2 more warpins. Like, Hendralisk does not have the production, it looks like.
Yeah, losing those queens is going to really hurt. The range benefit they were giving was actually kind of huge. These Zealots have been regenerating shields slowly behind this, but as the Zealots are...
We gotta put these guys in a group called Loses to Diamond Players. Oh!
Oh!
Slam!
Zombie Grove! Wow! No, but really, I don't think Hendralisk is in that much danger of losing. I mean, this is getting worse and worse because the worker count that he has is up to 50, now down to 34. Total 13 killed so far is not too shabby, but... yeah, that's what I was going to say. The momentum's been lost. As soon as those Zealots dissipated, there was no buffer for the Stalkers. Stalkers have a decent amount of damage, but they don't take hits like Zealots do. Bottom line.
Yeah.
He even retakes his third behind this, by the way.
And continues drawing as well. I mean, I'm sure Hendralisk knows this is coming.
I guarantee
he knows what it is.
I guarantee that was the hot seat for him, though, because jokes aside about the whole shots fired on Wrath thing, like, Hendralisk was getting a little bit scared there, guys. I don't think he was ever felt like he was completely out of the game, but oh my god, you know, you've lost most of your units, so many queens down, you're in your natural base, Zealots are in your mineral line. It's definitely not comfortable, no matter how good of a player you are. And it's even worse if you actually lose to the lower league player, of course.
Yeah. But it doesn't look like he's going to be able to push it back. And again, his drone count was very, very good, and he's still joining up. You know, 100% he realized as soon as it did hit, you know, he didn't know it was coming, but when it did, he's like, I know exactly what you're doing. And he's probably been in this exact situation before against, like, Grandmaster players even, where he gets so close to looking like he loses, and then he bounces back. Because, of course, he has that really huge drone lead. And, in fact, maybe even overtakes them, as that was a really committed attack. And behind it, honestly, like...
No robo.
Zinho, yeah, probably he should have noticed that this was not actually going to kill him straight out. You know, pull back whatever units he could have, and also probed a lot harder than this.
Yeah, I don't think Zinho's really got a shot. Quite frankly, the robo's now coming down, but by the time he's got Immortals and Sentries ready to take a fight, Hendralisk is going to be easily on 150 supply. In fact, he's just going straight to Infestation Pit. If this is just going to be him throwing down the Swarm House, that's him laying down the law against what opened in this game. So you think you could come at me with a 4-gate? Let me show you the power of free units. Actually, you know what? He might just go Hive off this.
Yeah, I was wondering...
Well, you know what? Actually, this is going to sound really dumb. I don't know what his plan for the Hive tech is. Probably Vipers, if I had to guess. But an Ultralisk wouldn't be too bad. Just to crush the force fields. I'm not even joking. Like, honestly, if he wants to end the game, he can't do it with the Roaches because there's too many force fields, right? So get an Ultralisk out and just drop, or, you know, use the massive... I don't know. The Pathogen Glance is on the way, though, so we're not going to see that quicker Hive. He is, in fact, going to get Infestors out.
It's weird. Even if it was Swarm Host, which you talked about as being a viable option, I was going to say that was also weird, but Infestor's even weirder. Simply because he should know that he's in such a great position. Well, I mean... Well, he knows that two at least Immortal Island's coming up, so
Yeah.
what else is
We
new?
talked about this before, like the common Protoss playbook. Like, all right, page 1, anything you want. Page 2, Immortal Central.
Right, yeah, exactly. But like, you know, fungals aren't bad against it. You know, you get four or five fungals on sentries, and they actually die, and that's certainly possible with
Yep.
7 infestors on the way. But I think if you just went Hydralisk as well, like that also would have been okay.
I think you only need 3. Isn't Fungal Growth 30 damage? Right?
I could have. I don't actually know.
Math. Hang on. Where's the infestor? One needs to spawn so I can click this sucker.
I thought it's like it barely needs 1 more. Is all I remember.
Yeah.
It was on like
Oh,
5,000.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I was just say like I think it's only 3, but what we do have is Ventral Sacks on the way too. This is, could be a little bit interesting. Hendralisk, this isn't something cheesy or cheeky at him. He's possibly the only player I know that consistently roach drops in just generically any matchup.
No, I mean Zinho perfectly at 44 probes, which is exactly what you want me to do based on Mortal. And oh, pulling back, not what you want to do. He just actually never got a mothership core, or else that would have been easy.
I mean, the thing is, guys, when you go for anything Sentry related, it all revolves around
You
timings.
should push now. Oh, these Stalkers will be able to clean it up. He has to push. He can't give Hunterless more time.
He's giving Hendralisk plenty of time, Zombie Grove.
He's even
You're
droning,
wrong.
Hunterless.
You're wrong. He gets plenty of time. 15 spine crawlers, 15 tentacle beasts.
I really think if he had just put all that gas and all that money into Hydralisk, he would have had a huge army. Like, this is like the weirdest way to go about it.
Yo, for real? This is so many spine crawlers. I hope it's not even fungals. I hope it's just infested Terrans, because these are both the stupidest Wings of Libertyist strategies I've seen to deal with an Immortal Sentry all in.
Yeah, it is. I remember Suppy dealing with it against Parting, and he actually went 2-0 and he got reverse all killed, but whatever. He did it by trying to mass spine crawler wall.
Well, his 3rd and natural are pretty well protected. I think that goes without saying. For those who don't know, by the way, just all silliness aside, the reason this used to be like what you had to do back once upon a time, because Hydras weren't the viable option. And the reason spine crawlers are good, even though they take bonus damage from Immortals and Stalkers, they can't be force fielded away. Fungals. Woo! Too bad, there's just nothing else. Is he just going Mass Infestor? Like, at this point, like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is trolling or not. You know, like,
no, that's what I was gonna say. Like,
he's taking extra bases.
We've cast a Hendrils against a lower level player, right? I think
he
he trolled that.
Oh,
I thought he trolled.
Maybe. Well,
I
whatever.
can't remember. I thought he did.
Yeah, whatever the case may be, this is pretty much pure Infestor with Slowlings. No, he did get Metabolic Boost. Never mind. But we do finally have those roaches going off. Oh no, never mind. It's Infestors. What am I saying? That's right. Making anything other than Infestors would be absurd. He's got 8 Infestors here, and he's like waiting for his opponent to notice or something. I don't. A Fungal Ghost. Okay, yeah, it takes
This
2
is
to
like
kill
revenge
probes.
trolling. Like,
Right?
you know, maybe Hendrils like, you know, I was gonna take it seriously, and then
He was
that
like,
happened.
yeah, he was like so salty about that 4-gate. Like,
Oh, he's trying to break the spine crawler wall. It did not work out very well.
no, sorry, I wasn't looking as too enthralled with the Infestors. Because the Infested Terran Zombie Group, they melt that mothership core. For those who don't know, Infested Terrans had quite the nerf stick hit to them. They were way too good once upon a time, and as we see, they're still pretty darn good.
Well,
Quite
when there's no
frankly,
units, then
yeah.
it's pretty good.
I was gonna say, there's nothing to stop them. Workers are good in this scenario.
I can't.
This is, well, this is the end of the attack. A wall of Infested Terrans comes down to surround the Immortal. Greatest force fields from a Zerg player I've ever seen. Actually, no, I take that back. Jig did this one time in Wings of Liberty. He did it with the Changelings, of course. Acted like a force field was kind of cool. Stalkers locked out of their own base. You forgot the keys? How many workers remain? 4. Okay, I think he's got a fighting chance.
4 to 85. I think he can come back.
85! Wow! Did Hendrix join Team Liquid at some point?
Good one.
It's not even like a joke. It's like kind of a serious question because no one else goes that many drones, not even in troll games. But Lings actually get completely. Well, how does this just not push them off the cliff? I mean, real talk. There's a cliff and a chasm.
Oh. I mean, I don't know.
Okay,
Secrets.
hit and run.
Magic.
Drops all the infested Terrans and gets the hell out of there with the Overlord. That's I don't know, is that really a drive-by? Because the infested Terran stayed behind.
Is this the politest way to tell someone to get out?
Like, maybe if he writes GTFO or something with infested. Like, I'm kind of like waiting for writing to come down, but he's just throwing down an entire army of infested Terrans! Okay, so I think we're questioning whether this was trolling earlier on, but this absolutely is the most ridiculous way to thank your opponent for a 4 game. Like, this is really just like, absolutely, hello, I'd like to shake your hand, go to hell, see you later. He's actually not going to be able to kill this. He doesn't have any more energy for infested Terrans right now. So he can't end the game.
Zinho, buddy?
You know what I would have loved to have
Win
seen?
this one.
I would have loved to have seen Zinho respond with like mass hallucinations. Oh, hey! What do you know? Son of a gun! It's the right thought process, but it's not quite there. For those who don't know, just a cool fact about this: Immortals, while hallucinated, they still get the heart and shield effect. That thing that reduces all damage down to 10, but because they're hallucinations, they take double damage, so reduces it to 20. Either way, can take quite a hit. Hendralisk is taking every base, by the way. Just want to throw that out there. Every base on the map. That one infestor, I don't know why that was made, but see you later. Actually, he's left the one base that he has closest to home. Does he even know what he's doing? What a gong show.
Hendralisk, please.
Hendralisk, please. Yeah, get your stuff together. Alright, GG, well played. Oh, that was a weird one.
Oh boy.
That was definitely the ultimate payback for getting protested upon. But yeah, game number 1 gonna go in Hendralisk's favor. If we're gonna be quite honest though, I don't think that was a bad idea out of Zinho. I mean, all jokes aside, he didn't have a clear follow-up to it, you know, through pure analysis and stuff, but we saw how that almost worked. I mean, I'm talking about everything prior to the spine crawlers, of course. Would have been cool to see that have some follow-through to it.
What was I doing?
Casting?
No.
Telling me how much you admired me and respected me as a colleague?
No.
Oh, I was hoping that one would work. Waiting to see the friends list for the real ID option to join game 2, I guess.
Well, yeah, okay, besides that.
I don't know, dude. What were you doing?
I don't remember, but it doesn't matter. I'm on a different things.
What if it's like the butterfly effect? And like these blackouts or like let you time travel? Are you Ashton Kutcher?
No.
Okay, well you're pretty like
That's
Ashton
not my
Kutcher.
checked. Oh.
I don't even know where I'm going with this. I'm just gonna stop because I'm gonna say something. It's gonna be put on a stupid thing like a soundboard or some dumb shit, and it's going to just haunt me. So end the conversation here. But yeah, just waiting on game number 2. I don't know what the map order is. Hopefully these guys do. Hendralisk, man, what are you doing?
So what's really cool about DreamHack tonight? Tomorrow?
Oh, son of a gun. What about DreamHack tonight? Tomorrow?
Well, we can watch Code A, or Code S. No, Code A, I was right.
We? I'm sorry, did you say
You
we?
can watch it, and you can hear me talking about it.
I should just give you, like... Here's how we go. Here's the map intros. I'm not going to show you how to use anything. Just go. Like... Figure out green screening on the fly. That way I can not stream.
You know what's gonna happen. Like, I'm not gonna try. It's gonna be the
no.
Batman voice all over again.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm still really disappointed in you for that. Like, just straight up not happy.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know what we gotta do, you know, speaking of, you know, last night and why you were even doing the Batman impression, we gotta do that drunk stream. Drunk twos.
I don't know, I could barely handle you sober with 2s. I kind of feel like if I wanted to lose my voice yelling, that would be the way to do it.
Maybe.
Yeah, well,
I'm a really nice drunk though, so.
I'm not opposed to the idea, but we have an invite, guys, to Overgrowth for map number 2. What a surprise. Yo! So I was totally just fully ADD mode earlier. I found the Lich King hidden on King Sejong earlier today while we were casting. Oh, while I was casting. I gotta show it to you when we find it later. Anyways.
Okay.
Map intros, guys. See you on Overgrowth in a moment. Map number 2. Welcome back to Copa America. This is the 4th and final qualifier for Season 2. This is the first best of 3 of the day, and there's plenty more behind it. I'm Rifkin, casting tonight with Zombie Grub, and spawning here in the top right corner of the map, the red Zerg player, or bleh, the red Protoss player from New AT, Zinho.
In the bottom left, as the teal Zerg, it is Hendralisk.
Okay, so did you ever watch, like, really, those 90s cartoons? Well, Proxy Gate
yes,
is not going to work.
also that one.
It's too late if that's a Proxy Gate. You don't do that at 9. Anyways. Well, yeah, I do, actually. Do too much. People get mad at me for it. Did you ever see a show called Ned's Newt?
No.
I had this really stupid catchy theme song, and every time I read this guy's clan tag, Newat, I just think Newt. So shout out to anyone from the 90s. Ned's Newt, he's so humongous, Ned's Newt.
It was a Canadian thing.
Maybe. There's actually a lot of Canadian-only shows, but Hendralisk, what are you getting a little bit antsy for this probe?
Yo, it's, you know, last time it was a 4-gate, this time it's a...
You do want to keep tabs on it, yeah.
A proxy hatch by Hendralisk, but that's not where I was going.
Man, I wish I had stayed up to watch IEM live. That True vs. Stork stuff that went on, oh my god.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
You didn't see the highlight on Reddit?
No.
Okay, so True like did a proxy hatch, right? But the probes were pulled to kill it, and then he canceled it into an Evo chamber. So of course it's a smaller surface area, so he can put it down without the probes interrupting it. Then the probes try to kill the Evo chamber, so he cancels it, runs away. Stork thinks he's like in the clear. True comes back. Oh, I guess the probe. True ends up coming back, putting it down the hatchery once again, and then once again shooting the Evo chamber. He did this like 8 times. It was ridiculous. You got to find that clip.
Oh. All right then.
But this isn't too trolly, guys. There's actually some serious thought process behind it. I think Hendrix might end up trolling with this because of the way last game went. But there's actually some real strategy to this. Players have agreed in the past. Why is he attacking the bricks? What?
You know, he's gotta warm up. He's gotta like, ooh, okay,
like, yes, it's like at the gym. It's just alright. I got my got my warm up ready. He's gonna go for the hatchery now. But no, there's some legitimate stuff to this. Now, Hendrix is playing this really greedy by doing 4 hatch before pool. If he was going to pool first, there's taking the gas, and once he proxy roaches or something. At this point, he's just doing this for creep spread, guys. You know, there's some pros who argue whether this is worth it or not, but the bottom line is you spend 300 minerals to deny your opponent's base for a good, I don't know, 2 minutes plus. He's actually, what, 5 hatch before pool.
Standard.
1 hatch, 2 hatch, 3 hatches, 4 hatcheries,
Am I friends with you?
Please tell me you know who that is at least.
No.
What? Are you
You've done
serious?
this entire time, but I've never had an opportunity to say who is that.
I'm just even doing this wrong. It's the Count from Sesame Street.
Oh, I never watched Sesame Street.
What is wrong with you? He's literally he's the Count, so he's counting. Oh my god! I can't believe you. Oh,
Yo,
hey, he's just actually gonna build a drone.
No, he's not.
Hold up. He's actually building a drone right now. Please tell me he put something down here to block this. Oh my god.
No, he should scout. He should scout this 4-gate incoming again.
Well, I mean, he sees enough gateways down here. Like, I mean, okay.
Well, I mean, seeing a 3-gate is different from seeing a 4-gate. There's one more gateway, Rifkin.
It's, you know what, all jokes aside, that is actually a very valid point, but I think he will be okay. I say this strictly based on last game, because he had the reaction time. Like, I mean, everything that went wrong from last game went wrong as it could have to start that, right? Like, the queens got caught off guard, he had no links, he had no roaches, he kept it together, and he held. So, I mean, he doesn't see this coming. I think he'll be okay.
By 6:30, he had a spawning pool for longer than a minute.
Yeah. But he didn't have speed. This time he's not gonna have roaches. Actually, that is a bit of a problem because this is
he didn't
last
have
time.
roaches last time. He didn't put roaches down until 7:50.
But he had gases last time. There's no gases this time. So even
That's
if he does
true.
it on the roach
Remember,
warren,
like, this is actually.
I think he's gonna go mass queens and lynx. I kind of hope he loses this game. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Then I can just repeat my statement earlier and actually be factual. Lose to a diamond player, bro? Bro, please.
I mean, he went for some silly stuff. We'll see if this actually ends up in a loss or
He was
not. It
also
might not.
on
I
50
mean,
he was also on 50 drones, and I was on 32. Oh, if only he didn't make those extra 2 hatcheries.
yeah, I don't know about the fourth one. The third one kind of made sense. You know, 3 hatch for 4 pool, even after that proxy. Like, I've seen it before. Hell, that's the situation True versus Stork. The one we've been referencing and nerding before. But this is not, I don't know. There's lots of links behind this. Still get on top of the pylons.
Yeah, Zinho actually is going to be able to... I think he actually made a mothership last time, but it got immediately focus fired by all the queens. Hopefully he keeps it alive, and hopefully he doesn't... This is Hendralisk buying time for spine crawlers to finish. Zinho should just go to the front right now.
Yeah, there's only one spine. The queen can transfuse it like maybe once, but there's also a hell of a lot of pylons coming out, guys. It looks hilarious, but it's absolutely necessary. Hendralisk on top of the ones in the behind, but also he's supply blocked, so even though he's on 4 gates, he can't produce a single unit right now.
Well, going into 3 spine crawlers now is actually maybe just enough for Hendralisk. A couple of transfuses going down, but there's still so many zealots. That's being warped in and then attacked.
You know what though? The lings in the back end are actually proving to be quite useful here. They're about to cut off the reinforcements. These zealots are really low. I don't know if they can finish them necessarily.
Keep it alive! Keep the mothership core alive, please!
Oh no. He had energy for recall too, like WTF, a time warp at least, anything.
Yeah. And without reinforcements, look like Hendralisk will in fact hold this again. Even though he took so long to get a pull, he has no speed, he has no roaches.
I can't believe he does this with slow lings. This is you know what, normally we're sitting here like, you know, the power of Protoss. Right now I'm just mad at Zerg. Well, actually no, I'm mad at Hendralisk, to be more precise, but back at home he still hasn't been able to put down a Nexus. So there's absolutely no follow through with this, guys. None whatsoever. Did he at least get the 4th? No, he doesn't know the hatchery's Henry's still secretly on 3 hatcheries. I think, okay, all joking aside, we can sit here and yell and yammer and all day, guys, but, I mean, on one hand, we knew Zinho was going to be outclassed coming into this. What can we take away from this as like an actual learning experience? One, don't attack rocks. Focus on the hatchery. Take it down quick. Secondly, this can spiral out of control pretty quickly, but even then, Zinho still had a really powerful force. Being indecisive, waiting to go, letting those spine cars actually complete. I don't know that would necessarily would have changed the course of the game, but he would have had a much better fight. So, I mean, dilly-dallying trying to chase these lings down, the ones that don't have speed no less, just, it was a waste of time.
Yeah. Well, trying to do what would be a follow-up all-in, which can sometimes work, honestly, especially if they're not expecting it, they just assume that you got a Nexus, but with Overlords all around the natural, Hendralisk is well aware that that's all Zinho's going to do is warp in more zealots. Yeah.
I mean, this is like what I was talking about before, too, guys. I mean, Hendralisk, this looked hilarious coming into it. You're like, oh, Zinho's actually got a pretty strong 4-gate. Can we add him? But at the same time, the reaction last game was pretty good. This game was, all trolling aside, actually a really good reaction to getting 4-gated and getting caught off guard by it. You know, he didn't waste his lings early on. He waited till he bulked up till he had those extra spines. Now he's got a bunch of queens. I sound very monotone because I'm just like grimacing about this. Sentry on the wrong side of that force field too. Oh, Zinho can't catch a break.
Honestly, this might sound really mean, but I just hope that Hendralisk just ends it quickly. I'm sorry, but you know, last time he dragged it on for a very long time, much longer than he really needed to, and I think he's not going to try and troll here, but just end the game.
Zinho is trying very hard to stay in this. He's actually throwing force fields down on the pylons and he's walling in behind his wall, but to what avail? All he's done is stocked up a ton of zealots on the other side of the field, right? Like,
Well, Zinho's really committing to this follow-up all in, and Henry still doesn't have speed. He still doesn't have roaches. I don't know why. Uh, he never got gas. All right, that's why. What the hell? He has 0 gas.
Yeah, he played this without eating a single bean before starting.
Wow. Why? Why, Rifkin? Why?
You didn't know who the count was. You don't get to judge humor anymore.
Oh, I'm judging your humor. It's like potty humor.
Oh man, the swarm of lings coming in the slowest death possible. Walk for your lives, everybody. It's queens off of creep. It's slow lings. I mean, I don't know what to say about this. The stalkers are actually getting away.
It's like this. It's like the slow zombies in zombie movies that aren't really scary when you think about it, because you just kind of walk away from them.
Okay, well, this gonna tap out. GG. Hendralisk takes a series 2-0. Gives us some mildly entertaining games in the process.